Welcome back to Alistair Davies Golf. Today's video is all about the downswing and how we can time the downswing better or stop rushing the downswing. So I see a lot of videos on YouTube talking about how to stop rushing the downswing, and myself as a coach for 20 years, I had to think about, well, what really does that mean to me? And for me, what that means to what I see with players and what it means to me as a golf coach is some people talk about feeling rushed or too quick from the top. But my big battle with this sort of statement is the best players in the world swing it quicker than all of us amateurs. So why would we not want to go quickly? I think the key thing for me is we move in the right sequence so it feels we have time and space. And that's more important for me. So what I want to do with this video is try and explain to you how we can make sure we have space and time rather than go slower. For me, going slower is not a good feel, but we can do drills to give us kind of the feeling of accelerating in the right places. And also I want to talk about the sternum and the sternum's rolling, how it might feel like we get kind of narrow and tight and start the downswing earlier than we should do with the upper body rather than the lower body. So let's talk about the sternum first. So the sternum, obviously the middle part of my upper body here. What I see with a lot of golfers is as they try and make a backswing turn, the sternum doesn't get what I would call loaded enough to the right. So at the top of the backswing, we'd want a tiny bit of what we call forward bend as we would rotate and as we would side bend. So the sternum should be located with an iron for me just fractionally behind the golf ball. Not a huge sway across, and we certainly wouldn't want a lot of hip sway or head movement to the right. I don't want that. I want a very central look to the body, but I want a sternum rotation so we get the mid-spine behind the body. Now the golfers that don't get the mid-spine behind the body and get more here will tend to start down with the upper body going toward target too early. The arms will feel very narrow and we'll get to the golf ball from this kind of over the top and steep kind of position. They will definitely feel like there is no space or time. Now, if your golf swing's not perfect, you need more time. So if you have a golf swing like myself that crosses the line, I need time to shallow that club. So again, if my sternum's behind the golf ball, it gives me more time to shallow the club before it gets back to the golf ball. So how we essentially stop rushing the downswing is by moving our sternum correctly and then also creating the right width for our arms. Again, if our arms are narrow, we won't have time, we'll want to get down on top first. So we're looking for this width and sternum position to allow us to get the right sequence of starting down with the lower half first, then the trunk, then the arms, then the club in that firing pattern. So loading up correctly behind the golf ball with correct rotation, forward bend, side bend, and extension of our body is the perfect way to give you time and space, as long as we maintain our arm radius, which is a crucial part of it also. So that would be the concept of what I want to talk about today and how we do that. The kind of drills I'd talk about would be going to the top of the swing, have a slight pause, then swing down. And again, maybe even top of the backswing, lift the left foot off the floor, make sure my weight is loaded enough into the right hand side that I'm not kind of over here on my left side and then having to go at it too quickly. So it's kind of, okay, load up, keep my head behind the golf ball, allow it to rotate for sure, but don't let the head and sternum go forward too early on the way down. So what you can do is place the logo of the ball to the back of the ball and make sure when we're swinging down, we're fixated on that logo, but allow our eyes and body and torso to rotate forward towards target. That would be key. I definitely don't want people to keep the head down. I'm happy with your head staying level with the ball at contact, level with the ball for a split second longer, and then rotate and slightly go forward. But I certainly don't want to see you chasing it down with your sternum and head in that transition phase, which is the part for me I feel is the rush part. Now what we see with a lot of elite golfers is they have like a change of direction, and it's kind of deliberate. So we'd see top of the backswing and start the downswing. You'll be able to see with a lot of average golfers is kind of very merged. So that kind of split second of a pause, that kind of, again, correct use of the body, both back and through, makes it look that kind of controlled and slow away. To give you some numbers, most average golfers, 10 handicap and above, would probably be in the swing speed category of 68 to 78 mile an hour. Tall players for a 7-iron would be 72 to 74. So, you know, saying to go slower for me would be the wrong information because the facts don't back that up. But saying can we have better rhythm and timing? For sure. Saying can we have more space and time? For sure. So we want to make sure we load up correctly, move our sequence correctly on the way down. So the pause from the top, again, what that also helps is, if I try now and think about, okay, how do I create power from here? How would I throw this club as far as I could down that fairway? I'm likely to do it with my lower half. That's the most natural instinct to do. If I'm wound up over here like this, how do I create power from there? Well, I'm going to certainly do that and get to the ball as quick as I can. One last thing on this subject is a lot of amateur golfers are very eager to make contact with the ball, which is why they kind of have this kind of look. That's the easiest way to get to the ball in their eyes from their position, that they want to come straight down on top, rather than feeling, okay, how do I shallow that club? How do I stay back, almost squat, and then turn onto the ball? It's a much more of a deliberate move. Obviously, if we prepare ourselves in the backswing, this becomes much more automatic. Let's have a go at a shot. So try and get my sternum now behind the golf ball, and then unload naturally. So that'll be kind of phase one for me. Then you might put some pauses in. So we have a big pause at the top of the backswing and then hit down just to get that timing. Let me just show you one of those. So swing back now and pause. And then swing down. That might help you feel the more loading and unloading in the sequence you want to create in the golf swing a bit easier than doing the constant swing. So have a go at these two drills and let me know how you get on. So if you've enjoyed this video, please click like. It really helps my channel grow, and I really appreciate if you could do that. Please chat down below. Tell me any questions you have about the golf swing. Tell me any videos you'd like me to cover in the future. That really helps me direct the channel in the direction that you would like it, and that helps my channel grow, so I'm all good with that. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I've got 3 videos coming out every single week on a variety of subjects, all different concepts, short game, long game. Also, click the notifications button. That will also make sure you get all the videos when they come out. You'll get the notification and tell you when they're released. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again here soon. Happy golfing.